Hello everyone, this is Anna from Lexingby Journals. I hope everybody's well and welcome to Crafting Fridays. And well, we're going to continue with where we left last week, where we were. And as you can remember, we've got this here. And this was our little traveler's notebook cover bag. It's going to become like a cover, and I changed my mind about the material, and I decided to use this one because this is a lot more, in a way it's a lot more interesting, and as it is a traveler's notebook, well, this is a material that is just right for it, isn't it? It's got all the maps. It's quite almost like not medieval looking, but quite old. So well, and a little bit medieval. I'm a bit indecisive today. So anyway, so what I'm going to do here, simple. Today is quite a simple process of what we're going to be doing. I mean, actually this cover is quite simple for everybody to be able to do. And we will leave it empty underneath, I think, because when it is closing and this cover goes onto it here, it's something that you can put inside in a bookcase, and well, the bottom bit will be the actual journal that's going to go onto it. But anyway, we'll talk about that later. So we're here. So I'm just going to check that the view is good. Yeah, we're good. So I've got a proper step here, because last time, as I told you, I balanced onto my rolling chair, and I ended up falling onto the wall and then on the floor. And thankfully I survived the accident, but it wasn't very clever of me, and I was told off a bit here by whoever was present. So I'm going to cut it. Simple, very simple thing needs to be cut. I quite like to add this. Yeah, we can add it from here. Let's see, I just want to see where, yeah, I think that one will look better when it, you know what I'm trying to do? I'm trying to incorporate this image onto it. But do we want it sideways? I think we do. I think we want it to go sideways. So let's try and do that. Okay. So just so that we can get a little bit of material out of the way, so I'm going to cut it off this part. Gone, and I'll move this a little bit further down, and I don't know if anybody has tried to do this, but let me know if you have, and if you need any ideas. I'm not an expert, but I'm just trying to do it myself here. So I'm going to leave. Think if I should let's see, should we add the material inside as well? But then if we do, we'll do it from the inside part, a different. So what I'm going to do here is I'm going to cut this part, but I don't want to waste too much material, because sometimes we don't want to waste our material, do we? We want to keep as much as we can so we can use more of it after. So there we are, and I'm sorry, I'm balancing onto the steps at the moment. I'm going to move them away in a minute. Just want to see, make sure that it's all in the picture. Can't really do any crafting videos if it's not in the picture, can we? So that other material, part of material, has been moved away. And yes, we're right in the middle here. Now, and so now it's a bit like dressing a book. That's all it is. It's just dressing a book. And that is going to be there. So I'm going to further trim it a bit. Make sure it doesn't need to be completely straightly cut, because it doesn't really matter, but we'll try. There. It's going to go a little bit further here. And cut this part as well. Alright. And over here. And a little bit from underground. Underneath, on the ground, that's interesting. So well, and I've left this part here, so I think we're okay. What I'm going to do is I'm going to give this a little bit of a, oh god, I'm getting a little bit now nervous because you're watching what I'm doing. And I'm going to turn this upside down. And I'm going to do the same, just giving the curve a little bit of a... I leave a bit. I know I should be a little bit more. Technical, but I'm just always worried that I might not get it right. And I like to fold in a little here, so it doesn't, the edge doesn't, there's no danger of the edge coming off. So since I'm already here, I am going to, I'm here. So that it can go and fold in, so like doing a book. So, and here, and let's see, and this is just so that the material folds in nicely, and that's it really. Okay, so there, and I leave a lot again, just in case I'm not happy with something, because I don't want to make a mess of it. Okay, now, so, where's my brush? I'm a bit messy, you know? I'm a messy crafter. Very messy. Because I'm a Virgo, and well, people say that Virgos are tidy, but it's not true. Well, they are, but they only know where everything is. This glue is it's super strong, and it glues underneath as well, so it does a very good job. And it's my very favorite glue. And they prepare it especially, well, not for me, but they sell it at my bookbinders. In case I go and get all the materials I need, and they make it in there and they sell it. So it's bookbinding glue, and I don't like running out of it, because the thing about this is that when you're gluing and all the bubbles and everything that goes underneath, it, as soon as it dries, it all goes away, and you're left with a very, very good, tight bind. You don't need too much, obviously, as long as everything is covered. And I know it looks a bit messy, but I'm sure that when it's all done, it'll look neater. I hope. I am sure. I promise. Nearly there. So, got a little complaining doggy here. I don't know what he wants, because he's got what he needs, but I don't know. I think he wants to go out. When he's in, he wants to go out. When he's out, he wants to come in. The gardener, all that. So I think that's what it is. He's just not happy. He wants something else. The grass is greener. In this case, it is greener because it's outside. But there we are. That's it. Done. So I think there's nothing left. And okay. So that's it. I think it's all connected here. And I'm going to turn this side just to make sure that it's connected okay onto the there. Look at my bone folder, my bone folder. It's all attached now nicely, and it needs a little bit of time to dry. Once it's dry, it's going to be fine. Okay, now, so I'm going to turn this around, and we've got it all here, and we can move things a little bit, be a bit more flexible. So I'm going to glue the edges. Okay, so it's turned, suddenly it's got a bit quiet here, and glue the material. Hope you're not missing very much from that part. And I'm going to I just curve it a little bit to make sure that it goes inside. With the journals I do it a bit more accurately, but in this case I think I'm going to do it this way. And then we'll add the other material on top of it, and this is going to be absorbed inside and it won't be noticed. So yeah, you see what I mean? This is going to go straight in, pulled in. And what I'm going to do just to ensure that is I'm going to put a bit of this glue there and push it with that's it, with my fingers in, and that's done. I'm getting gluey fingers now. Yeah, weekend is here, and it's a bit of probably a good opportunity to tidy up this place, because as I said, I make it a very big mess. I always make a big mess when I'm making journals, and thankfully thankfully the area, well, I shouldn't say thankfully, because I think I would have made less mess if there was more area, more space, but the space is so limited around here, and I'm constantly trying to find ways of making this a little bit bigger, this area, have more space for things, and I never do, because what I end up doing is I want everything very near me, because I'm a bit lazy when I'm working. I'm not lazy, I think it's more like immediate. Oh, I want this and I want it now, I want to get it. So I like it to have everything around, so around me, and that's what happens. Just have everything around, and then I create a big mess. A big mess. So tomorrow will be tidy up day, and I'll be thinking about the next project, the next journal. That's ready on this side. Always make sure that the more than anything, that the edges are well glued, because everything else can be corrected. If not, you've got to go, you can pull out everything, because the edge will be loose. You don't want that. I should change the name to Messy Crafter instead of Lexby Journals. Well, for the Crafting Fridays at least. Messy Crafter. Messiana. Alright, that's done. That side. We will go back to that side, and we're going to glue this part now. So no straight cuts, no, it doesn't matter in this case. And then the inside will probably matter a lot more, because that will be showing. And the inside part, you want it nice and nicely attached. So that's when we'll make sure that it's cut properly. That's that. And this week, I forgot to mention that on when I was doing the Mystic video. This week I will have that book review I promised you. So I will be doing that one day this week. I'm not going to tell you which day, because then I'll probably won't be ready that day, and then I'll get stressed. So I'll leave it open. And if you have your little subscribe bells on, and if you're interested in hearing this book review, then you'll find out when it's been uploaded and it's ready. And the book that I'm going to be reviewing is the catalogue of shipwrecked books, and it's I've been reading it the last few weeks slowly, because the traveling didn't allow me to read much, going through different towns and things. It's much nicer to actually record everything. So I guess journaling is more important. Okay, now, so I kind of press everything down, and I think it's all straight. And that's proof that you don't need to be a neat crafter. You can still be a messy crafter, and you can still get a nice result. So here we are. This is done. Wow, this looks nice, doesn't it? And here it is. And it's all, I think it's all very, it has got the images in it very well, I think. Don't you think? I'll move this a bit more. Yeah, I think so. I think it looks fine. So we will let it dry. We'll let it dry very well, and we will, in the meantime, before we finish today's video, stop with this, is I'm going to add some glue here, just to get everything down properly. And it'll settle nicely, so then we can put the material on, and it won't have any defects. So that is nicely grounded. And before I cut the material, I want to just say something, and that's something that I do with journals, with old journals, when I put end papers, because whatever's underneath, whatever's there, is going to create some kind of a irregularity, and we don't like that when we make journals. Personally, I don't like to touch it from the inside part and feel it's rough. I don't like that. So what I do is I use paper. It doesn't matter what paper it is, it's just harder, sort of thicker, a little bit thicker paper. And I line, let's say, I put underneath the end papers this paper. And this protects the end papers. It gives it a neat look, and it also makes it easy to, when you're touching it, it feels good. It doesn't feel like anything is underneath. Nothing. It really feels even. So you won't get any of this ridges, or if there are ridges there, or even this. That's, you know. So, sorry, that's again our dog. So, you'd probably be thinking, how does this woman's mind work? That's a strange mind. Okay. Yeah, no, my mind is a bit strange. There. I'll put that there. But I promise it'll look nice in the end. Let us know if you want. There. So that's more or less all. Not more or less, it's all glued apart from a little bit here and there, which is going to be glued down by the paper that we're going to add. So the paper is going to secure it. And so, you know, I advise you if you are going to make a cover like this, pre-cut the paper. Well, I'd say a little bit smaller than your pieces that you're going to connect, and this way you have it ready for after. So okay, and this one goes here, and this one goes here and here. So we're ready. So what I'm doing now is I'm going to glue the edge first all around, and then inside. There's plenty of glue there. And glue it on. Make sure that it folds very well and there's nothing in the corner there interfering. Also, well, flipping well. That's it. So you see what I mean. I think it's making sense now, isn't it? So this is I was thinking about what we could do with this one, and I thought it might be a nice little Christmas giveaway. So it'll have plenty of time until then to dry. But whoever likes traveler's notebooks, or has a journal that has that size, or even wants to make one, you can put your name down and for Christmas, and we'll do a giveaway then, and it'll be our special Christmas giveaway. So let's see how this turns out, and if it looks nice and people like it, then we can do the giveaway. It'll be something a little bit more fun to receive, I guess. And any ideas about what you want to do on the next Crafting Friday? Or no, after we finish with this. Oh, I said I was going to show you the cover that I did, so yeah, we'll do that if you still want, unless you feel that you got this explained it all. I don't know. It worked better there. And I'm going to add the next week. We'll do the catches here. At the moment, the one thing I wanted to say is I'm going to cut the remaining of the material for the inside, because I think it'll be nice if it has the material inside as well. Let's see if there's enough. And instead of doing it piece by piece, I will just do the whole thing the way I did the outside, but I will fold it in, and I'll show you what I mean. So we're going to cut the material like this to this size. And let me see, is this, yeah, so I'm going to cut it now. Again, it doesn't really matter how straight it is, because it's going to be tidied up afterwards. So there we have it, and I am thinking of, shall I fold it or shall I not? It doesn't really matter, it doesn't need to be folded, does it? We can cut it straight, and doesn't need to be folded. If it's all nicely cut, and that can be done by measuring it. So cut it here and here. And there. So this is going to be drying in the meantime, drying up. When it comes to cutting material, I think I mentioned it last time, I had that, what's it called, that rolling thing that cuts, supposedly. I don't know if it was mine, but it would never cut, nothing, never cut. So I decided that I'm going to stick to the scissors, and hopefully, and then it does, that's the best way, for me, that's the best way, that's the way I do it, scissors. Okay, so let's just try and cut this straight. So I just handle material the way I handle paper, I guess. So I'm handling it right now. Oops. And it's because it's got these, like, it's lined a little bit, it's much easier to cut this type of material, this quality of material, let's say. Which I don't know what it is called exactly, but and this side. Not that bad, is it? I think it's okay. So let's see if it's, yeah, that's it. Perfect. Perfect. It works. It works very well. So now we're going to glue it on, and just leave it, let it dry. I'll just bring my glue again. Just going to dry the brush a bit, because I put it in water always, otherwise it becomes an unbendable piece of brick. Plenty on the edges, as we said, that's where it matters most, and on the bend, where it bends. So that I don't start losing, losing it, getting dry, I'm going to start attaching this side on, and then I can tidy it up after. I want to make it sure it covers all the white bit. And the glue is going to stop it from fraying as well. If it frays a bit, hey, it's a junk journal cover, so it doesn't matter. But yeah, I think it will protect it from fraying. So, messy crafting. And we'll see what happens. The outcome seems to be okay. And with the other one, I will, with the cover, I will give you measurements for everything, proper measurements, so you don't get confused at all. There, that's all done. There we are. That looks nice, doesn't it? Now I'm going to use the bone folder and use this. That's even better, Mr. Bone Folder. Yeah. So there, I'm going to fold it like this and straighten it, and we've got it ready now. So we're going to tidy up with the rest of the material from the top. We will catch up with the last video for this series next week once it's completely dry, and we will finish it off and maybe decorate it a little bit inside. So I hope you enjoyed this, and I hope it wasn't too long and too, I don't know, I hope it was alright. Let me know what you think, and next week we're going to finish it. Thank you. Bye bye.